Welcome to Loop English Pod. I'm your host, and today we are at a house party where two people are about to meet for the first time. Let's listen to Emma and James as they introduce themselves.
Hi there. I don't think we've met. I'm Emma.
Hey, I'm James. Nice to meet you, Emma.
Nice to meet you too. So, how do you know Sarah?
We work together, same office. We've been friends for a couple of years now. What about you?
Oh, we went to university together. We've known each other since we were 19.
That's brilliant. So where are you from originally? Your accent sounds British.
Yes, I'm from London. I moved here about 2 years ago. And you? You sound American.
Good ear. I'm from Chicago, originally. I've been living here for about 3 years.
Oh, lovely. Do you like it here?
Yeah, I really do. It took a little while to get used to, but now I feel right at home.
I know exactly what you mean. It grows on you, doesn't it? I felt the same way when I first arrived.
Exactly. The first few months are always the hardest. Did you know anyone here when you moved?
Just Sarah, honestly. But she introduced me to so many people. It made things a lot easier.
That's lucky. Having even one friend when you're new somewhere makes such a big difference.
Let's look at some other ways to say what you just heard. Emma said, I don't think we've met. You could also say, I don't believe we've been introduced, or simply, have we met before? James said, nice to meet you. Other natural ways to say this include, it's great to meet you, lovely to meet you, or pleased to meet you. Emma asked, where are you from originally? You can also say, where do you come from? Or where did you grow up? James said, I feel right at home. You might also hear, I've settled in well, it feels like home now, or I've really found my feet here. James said having one friend makes such a big difference. You could also say, it really helps a lot, or it changes everything. Now let's listen to part 2.
So what do you do for work, James?
I'm a graphic designer. I work at a small agency downtown. What about you?
Oh, how creative. I'm a nurse. I work at the hospital on the east side.
Wow, that's a really important job. Do you enjoy it?
I do, honestly. It can be tiring, but it's very rewarding. Do you enjoy design?
I love it. Every project is different, so it keeps things interesting.
That sounds wonderful. Have you always worked in design?
Pretty much, yeah. I studied it in college and went straight into the industry after that. How long have you been nursing?
About 5 years now. I trained back in London and then moved here for a fresh start.
That's brave. Moving to a new country for a fresh start takes a lot of courage.
Thank you. It was scary at first, but it's been the best decision I've ever made.
That's really inspiring. Do you live nearby?
About 15 minutes away. I walk when the weather is nice. You?
I'm about 20 minutes by subway. I usually cycle when it's not raining.
Nice. I keep meaning to get a bike. It's such a good way to explore the city.
Absolutely. I've found so many great spots just cycling around on weekends.
Here are more ways to express what you just heard. Emma asked, what do you do for work? You could also say, what do you do for a living? Or what kind of work do you do? Emma said her job is very rewarding. Similar expressions include, it's very fulfilling, it gives me a lot of satisfaction, or it's meaningful work. James said, it keeps things interesting. You might also say, it keeps me on my toes, it's never boring, or there's always something new. Emma said it was the best decision I've ever made. You could also say, I've never looked back, I have no regrets, or it was absolutely worth it. Now let's listen to part 3.
So what do you get up to in your free time?
I love running. I try to go a few times a week. And I've been getting into cooking lately. What about you?
Oh, nice. I'm really into photography, and I play basketball with some friends on weekends.
That's great. I've always wanted to try photography. Where do you usually go to shoot?
Mostly around the city. I love street photography, but I also go to the park when I want something more peaceful.
That sounds brilliant. You'd have to show me some time.
For sure. And if you ever want a running buddy, I've been meaning to get back into it.
Oh, definitely. I usually run on Saturday mornings if you'd ever like to join.
I'd be up for that. What time do you usually head out?
Around 8. It's nice and cool in the morning. We usually do about 5 kilometers.
That sounds perfect. I'm a bit out of shape, but 5 kilometers is doable.
Don't worry about it, it's all about having fun. We go at whatever pace feels comfortable.
That's great to hear. We should swap numbers so we can make a plan.
Absolutely. I'll put my number in your phone.
Perfect. It was really great talking to you, Emma.
You too, James. I'm glad we got a chance to chat. See you out there on Saturday maybe.
Sounds like a plan. Enjoy the rest of the party.
Let's explore a few more useful alternatives. James asked, what do you get up to in your free time? You can also say, what do you like to do in your spare time? Or what are your hobbies? Emma said, I've been getting into cooking lately. Similar phrases include, I've recently taken up cooking, I've started cooking more, or I've developed an interest in cooking. James said, I'd be up for that. You might also say, I'm in, that works for me, count me in, or I'd love that. James said, we should swap numbers. You can also say, let me give you my number, can I get your contact details? Or let's exchange numbers. Now let's practice some key phrases. I don't think we've met. Nice to meet you. Where are you from originally? How do you know Sarah? I feel right at home. What do you do for work? It's very rewarding. It was the best decision I've ever made. What do you get up to in your free time? I've been getting into cooking lately. I'd be up for that. We should swap numbers. It was really great talking to you. That's all for today's episode. You just heard a full conversation between two people meeting for the first time at a party, from the very first introduction, through getting to know each other, all the way to making plans to hang out. The key skill is keeping the conversation moving. Ask questions, share a little about yourself, and show genuine interest in the other person. Try using just one or two of today's phrases the next time you meet someone new. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to Loop English Pod for more. Here's a quick look at what we covered today. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Loop English Pod.